So when you look at exercise and you consider all of its values, the most important factor that you want to consider is how the form of exercise tells your body to adapt. Now, why is this important? Because the adaptations are what stick around all the time. And the adaptations, you got to ask yourself, what do these adaptations mean? And because they stick around all the time, it's not different. It's really not that much different than investing money versus working hourly for more money. Like I can make more money by working more, or I can make more money by making my money work for me. Well, when you look at adaptations, look at it that way. How does this form of exercise tell my body to adapt? What does that mean when I'm not exercising? Not while I'm exercising, but when I'm not exercising, because you will spend more time not exercising than you will exercising. Even if you work out 7 days a week, even if you work out an hour 7 days a week, there's still way more time you're not working out than working out. And by the way, I'm not recommending you work out 7 days a week. So you want to consider, what do these adaptations mean when I'm not working out? And are those adaptations contributing in positive, helpful ways to the goals that I'm looking for?
Explain that deeper for somebody. Like explain, like in terms of, here's like three or four of the most common modalities that people will choose, say in the next month, right? So starting this new year, there's going to be a flood of all types of exercising, right? That's going to happen. Everything from group training to yoga studios to CrossFit gyms to commercial gyms to running, signing up for marathons to Tough Mudder. I mean, you name it, everything's going to get an increase. So explain in layman's terms what you mean by the adaptations of that. Like, so what are you, by me choosing, say, marathon running, what is it that I'm sending? And if I choose weight, what am I sending? So explain the difference.
So adaptations are, as you do a form of exercise, you get better at it. And the reason why you get better at it is because your body adapts and molds itself to become better at the stress that you're introducing to your body. So if you try to run and you don't run, you'll find running down the street to be kind of exhausting. But as you continue to practice it, now you can run a block, 2 blocks, a mile, 2 miles, and so on. When you're working out with weights, you'll find you might be able to only lift, 20 pounds above your head, and it's gonna be very challenging, but eventually you'll be able to do 30 pounds, 40 pounds, and so on. Okay, you do yoga, positions are gonna be very difficult, but then you'll find they'll get easier, and then you'll be able to get into more challenging positions. So what your body's doing is it's adapting to the form of exercise. You got to ask yourself what those adaptations mean. So I'm going to back up a little bit, because the main goal, the number one goal, I should say, the most common goal that people have is to lose weight. We are in this obesity epidemic. We don't need to get too deep into it, but everybody knows about it. More and more people are overweight, and obesity contributes to just this umbrella of health issues. So if you're obese, your risk of heart disease is up, your risk of cancer goes up, your risk of depression, anxiety, mental fog, poor sleep, low libido. Like, obesity contributes to a lot of poor health outcomes. And lots of people want to lose weight because lots of people are overweight. Modern life is just really geared towards making us overweight. So there's definitely some truth to the following statement, okay? The more calories you burn, the easier it is to lose weight. Okay, there's truth in this, and here's why. When the calories you burn is higher than the calories you take in, your body has to make up the difference by burning calories off your body. And ideally, it comes from body fat. Okay, so that's true. Now, here's where we messed up. We looked at exercise and we said, well, if calories burned is important, and if we can get you to burn more calories, and it's more likely that you're not going to be obese, well, then I guess the most effective form of exercise is the one that burns the most calories. And that sounds logical, but here's the problem. It disregards the adaptations, meaning it disregards that can change, and you can, through adaptations, make your body or teach your body to burn less or more calories on its own. Not while you're doing the exercise, but on its own. So let's go back to now what you said, Adam, about running, right? Running marathons. If you're trying to get better at running, the main adaptations are endurance and stamina and efficiency. Your body is trying to become a more efficient, long-distance running machine. Now, it is true that while you run, you burn a lot of calories per hour. So you do an hour of running, you're going to burn more calories running in an hour than you will do, doing any other form of exercise, pretty much, including strength training. So you do burn more calories while you're doing it. But the adaptations that you're telling your body slowly teach your body to become more efficient at running, and they slowly teaches your body to burn less calories. And it does this through a few different ways, but one of the primary ways it does this is it actually teaches your body to pare muscle down. Why? Because muscle is very calorically expensive.
It's looking at overall weight.
It is. It burns lots of calories. So when you look at studies on weight loss, when people diet plus run, almost 50% of the weight people lose comes from muscle. Why is that happening? Because your body is always it's always saying to itself, especially if you're burning lots of calories manually, it's like, okay, how can we balance this calories in versus calories out? You know, this endurance activity doesn't require lots of strength. Long distance running doesn't require lots of strength. The muscle is expensive. We can become better running machines if we burn less calories. So you start to pare muscle down. So you've probably experienced this before. You've done lots of running to try to lose weight, and you lose that initial 10 pounds right away. And then all of a sudden, seems to slow down and stop. And then you're stuck, and you're like, okay, what do I do now? Like, I guess I should run more.
Or eat less.
Or eat less. And then that next 5 pounds come off, and then you're stuck again. And you're like, okay, I guess I could run more and eat less. Now, if you follow that to its conclusion, you're left in this position where you're running all the time and you're eating very little. And if you think that that's maintainable for the average person, you're fooling yourself. It's very hard to maintain. And that's one of the main reasons why people drop off. Besides the main reason why they work out, the motivation factor, it's, man, I'm doing 6 days a week of running. I'm eating 1,500 calories a day or 1,200 calories a day. I still have like 15 pounds to lose. It's not coming off.
It's not a comfortable place to be.
This sucks. Like, unless you love running and you would do it no matter what, like, you're going to stop. All right, let's look at strength training. Let's compare strength training to this. Now, strength training doesn't burn a lot of calories while you're doing it. That's true. However, the adaptations that it induces in the body are remarkable. So what strength training does is it tells your body to get stronger. That's the main adaptation. If you lift weights and you do it in a way to build muscle, you do it in a way to get stronger. And I'm saying that because you can lift weights in a way to where it's just cardio with weights. What does that look like? Circuit training, going from exercise to exercise, doing classes with dumbbells. Like, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about traditional strength training. I'm trying to get stronger. I'm trying to be able to lift more weight. I'm trying to be able to do more repetitions. I'm resting in between sets with my workouts.
And why that is you're sending a signal to the body that it's like, hey, this meat wagon is going to make me lift these heavy things every week. I better get good at it. And in order to get good at it, I need more muscle, especially if you progressively overload. You keep slowly increasing more weight and more weight. The body keeps going like, oh shit, we need more muscle. We need more muscle. We need more muscle. And then you hope that those calories that you're consuming get partitioned over into building more muscle.
And you actually teach your body indirectly through gaining strength to burn more calories. Your body at this point, because of the stress of strength training, because when you work out with weights or any workout, right? Any workout's a stress. That's why you adapt. But while you're working out with the weights, your body's like, we need to get stronger. And yes, we're going to burn more calories, but we're willing to sacrifice that because what this person needs, or what we need, obviously, is to get stronger. So the side effect, one of the big side effects of strength training is a faster metabolism. If you look at data where people lift weights and then try to diet to lose weight, the muscle loss is almost zero, or especially in the beginning, you actually see a gain in muscle with the burn in body fat. So if you lose 10 pounds of body fat versus the previous example, 10 pounds, 4 of it was muscle, 6 of it was body fat. Now, why is this important? Well, the muscle burns more calories. By the way, the weight loss, the fat loss, I should say, I don't like to say weight because I could cut my arm off and lose weight, right? We're talking about the right kind of weight. The fat loss that happens with strength training looks and feels very different than the fat loss that occurs with, let's say, lots of cardio. Cardio looks like this initial weight loss, hard plateau, maybe a little bit more by adding more, hard plateau. Eventually, it's like, this is too crazy. I can't maintain this. With strength training, it starts off a lot slower because it takes a second for the metabolism to kick up. But then you start to notice this kind of snowball effect as the metabolism really starts to kick in. Now, let me give you an example of what I'm talking about just to kind of illustrate this. Let's say you run for an hour. The average person will burn, 500 calories while doing that run. Some people less. A lot of people think, I could burn 1,000. No, you're not. Most people burn about 500 calories going for a run for about an hour. So 500 calories during that run. And let's say you run, 4 days a week. All right. Do the math. So it's 2,000 calories a week that you're burning extra through having to go out and run. Now, could you speed up your metabolism to where it burns an extra 400 calories on its own? Yes. We've done this time and time again with clients. Except here's the difference. It's another 400 to 500 calories a day, every day, 7 days a week. So now I'm going 3,500 calories extra a week because it's happened every day, and it doesn't require me to go burn them off manually. So it doesn't take a genius to see just how much more sustainable this approach is.